Belek, Turkey, a prestigious holiday destination for affluent tourists, home to dozens of superb hotels that top global rankings, famous golf courses, and one of the country's best amusement parks. Moreover, many choose this resort for immigration and property investment. Therefore, on YouTube, we have the most comprehensive video review of the town of Belek on the most useful, informative and necessary channel about life, property and moving to Turkey. Subscribe and make yourself comfortable. Today we're off to Belek. The journey to Belek from the nearest airport in Antalya takes just half an hour, whether by car or bus. The town is very conveniently located, right in the heart of the Turkish Riviera, far from the noisy metropolis, but also not as distant as other famous resorts, halfway from Antalya to Side and a quarter of the way to Alanya. The views outside the window instill a sense of tranquility and assure the excellent transport accessibility of our destination. Once in Belek, you'll find your sense of calm intensified. Everywhere you look, there is a leisurely place, tranquility, and settled comfort. The surrounding buildings exude solidity and prestige, while the people on the streets emanate confidence and an accustomedness to comfort. See the grove. Those are pine trees. Do you know what it smells like here? And this deafening sound is the cicadas greeting us here. There are many such eucalyptus and pine groves in Belek and its surroundings. True, most are within the hotels, but there are also green spaces open to all near the municipal beaches. To reach these, you don't need a car. And speaking of hotels in Belek, they are considered among the best not only in Turkey but in the world, and vie for the title of one of the city's attractions. Turks and foreigners alike travel far for a prestigious holiday here. Unlike many counterparts, these hotels operate both in summer and winter. Guests enjoy five-star infrastructure and all the accompanying pleasures, so diverse that even playing football or watching training sessions of famous football clubs and teams is not an issue here. But the main sport in Belek is... Just 40 years ago, Belek was a little-known town that foreigners hardly visited. Everything changed when the construction of Turkey's finest five-star hotels began here, as well as golf clubs and fields for this expensive sport. A series of golf clubs stretches along the beaches, so we have two pleasures at once here: play, swim. There is no need to go far. Many residents and guests of Belek appreciate this proximity. The courses are indeed beautiful. They are considered among the best in the world. Some are even equipped with night lighting, so you can play in the cool after the sun has set. Having bet on elite relaxation and golf, Belek won. Globally renowned stars have lived in its hotels, and these fields have been played on by Tiger Woods himself and other famous golfers. Even Barack Obama held a club here. And in 2015, the city was chosen to host the G20 summit. There was quite a stir, all five-star hotels were filled with politicians and journalists, but usually Belek is very calm. That's why golfers even specifically buy housing here, so they can play in a home-like environment. Actually, Belek is not a city. Usually this is what a whole resort area is called, which officially includes two towns, Belek itself and Kadriye, located nearby. The population of Belek and Kadriye combined in winter does not exceed 20,000 people, but in the summer, at the height of the season, up to 150,000 people live here. Only the administration of golf clubs knows how many of them play golf. They value privacy. In the summer, Belek is hot, but the mountain air saves the situation, so even the standard plus 35 for July is bearable. In winter, the temperature rarely drops below plus 12 degrees. Occasional rains may occur. There are more than 300 sunny days a year, and from mid-April the city gradually fills with tourists. Guests also come here from all neighboring cities and from other places many tens and even hundreds of kilometers away, specifically to visit the famous theme parks of Belek. The most famous of these parks is called Land of Legends. It is considered one of the best amusement parks in the country, but the security here forbids to shoot on professional equipment, so I shoot on a cell phone. There's a video review of the park made by guests in the same way is on our channel, the link is on the screen. The park is famous in its own right almost as much as Disneyland, and it's a well-deserved fame. The vast majority of those who visited Land of Legends, its water park and colorful shows, agree that it was worth making the long journey and staying in Belek at least for one night. This can be done in the enormous 5-star hotel or in any other 5-star hotel, of which there are dozens in the city. Another famous place in Belek, through its famous of a completely different kind, is called the Garden of Tolerance for all religions. It's a unique place with a very welcoming atmosphere of friendship, unity and commonality of all people under one sky on this earth. Here a functioning synagogue, mosque and Christian church peacefully coexist in one place. But Buddhists, Hindus and Zoroastrians also visit here, and everyone feels great next to each other. There's no place for confessional disagreements here. The song Imagine comes to mind, although that song is about a world without religions and borders at all, with only universal friendship and love. The Garden of Tolerance is located very close to Land of Legends, but it's better to visit them on different days. The mood of these places is too different. Not far from modern Belek, in ancient times stood the city of Aspendos, and one of its main buildings has survived to our days. It's an ancient amphitheater. It has become one of the main attractions visited by guests and residents of Belek. Built in the 2nd century, this amphitheater is well preserved, and almost 2000 years later, performances are sometimes given in it again. Near the amphitheater are the ruins of a slightly less ancient and more ruined basilica, and grottos, also of interest to archaeologists and curious visitors. Among the nearby ancient ruins, the city of Perge is definitely worth mentioning. Excursions from all the surrounding resorts bring people to look at this open-air ancient monument. It's also easy to get from Belek to the famous EXPO Exhibition Complex, where the World Expo was held in 2016, which gave a boost to promoting Turkey on the international stage. For special impressions of natural beauty, we recommend a trip to Köprülü Canyon, a national reserve covering about 500 hectares, famous among rafting enthusiasts. And you can also walk through the majestic cypress forest, pistachio groves, and with some luck, see dozens of species of rare birds and giant turtles. One of the points of attraction for the reserve's guests is the Zeytintaş stalactite cave. The reserve also hosts another ancient attraction, the Oluk Bridge, built by the Romans in the 2nd century. Like the Aspendos amphitheater, this bridge is still used, and even more actively, buses with tourists sometimes drive over the ancient bridge. That's a working attraction. The Romans knew their stuff in construction. And after work in Aspendos, I believe the Romans also loved to swim, just like those who live in Turkish Belek now. The sea here is luxurious, clean, in one word, Mediterranean. The store is sandy, pebbles are rare and they are not large, so no protective footwear is needed for swimming as in some other places. The coastline with beaches in Belek stretches for almost 20 kilometers. On both sides, it is limited by rivers. In addition to hotel beaches, Belek has 2 fully equipped free public beaches, Belek Halk Plaji in Belek itself and Kadriye Beach picnic area in the town of Kadriye. They also have showers, toilets, changing rooms, as well as bars and restaurants, walking areas, children's playgrounds and picnic areas. Here you can ride a banana and catamaran, rent a mask and scuba gear. The sand on the beaches is equally clean everywhere. At the hotels it is sifted almost every morning. And on Kadriye Beach, which is about 9 kilometers long, special wooden platforms were laid so that guests would not burn their feet on the hot sand. The central part of the beach is open and free for everyone. Vacationers only pay for sun loungers and sun umbrellas. But people come to Belek not only for a vacation of a couple of weeks, some move here forever for a good life. Therefore, it is interesting how is the real estate here. And who to ask about the real estate if not an expert? And here is the best expert on Turkish real estate I know, Sergey Volchenkov, the development director of one of the largest real estate agencies, Tolerance Homes. Sergey, you have lived in the country for more than 20 years, and all this time you have been managing the Tolerance agency with partners and running the Life in Turkey channel on YouTube. Belek developed before your eyes. How has it changed over this time? How strong has it changed in recent years? Belek is only getting better, but changes imperceptibly. It is a city for respectable people who lead a quiet life. It is chosen for both active summer holidays and for a measured life in winter. Its advantage is also that only low-rise construction is allowed here. What are the prices for real estate over there? Housing in Belek, and these are flats, villas and apartments, is no more expensive than real estate in Antalya. Real estate there is bought not only for relaxation or permanent residence, but also for investment. On the website of our agency there are many offers of objects in Belek. You can look there at prices. Just visit the website, select the real estate section, find Belek in the list of cities, the type of object, and look at the current offers. If you live in a place permanently, what should be within your reach? Shops, transport, education, medicine, services. So, how is it in Belek? Well, it's a city, therefore of course there are shops here. Both large retail chains such as Beam, Shock, Migros, Carrefour and brand clothing and technology stores, and small private shops and markets. Everything you can find here. Prices in chain stores are almost no different than prices in big cities. After all, chains are chains. You can move around the town during the day by minibuses. At night, the choice is small: a taxi or a rented car. To get to the other cities or to the airport, which is only 30 kilometers away, you can take an intercity bus or order a transfer. Belek is a small town, and there is not a huge selection of kindergartens and schools, as for example in Antalya. The Belek Limak public school accepts foreign children. The main condition for enrollment is having a residence permit and medical insurance. Education in school is 12 years according to the 4-4-4 system: 4 grades of elementary school, 4 middle and another 4 high school. Education is conducted in Turkish, an additional language is English. If you're not sure that children will be able to understand their program in these languages, you can start training one class lower, and for preschoolers there are preparatory programs from 3 years old. In Belek you can also get a higher education. Here is the Akev University with 5 faculties and 23 departments. The most popular faculties are engineering, humanities and the Faculty of Design and Art. And you can also consider studying in universities in neighboring Antalya. By the way, the fact that Antalya is close in general makes Belek very suitable for families with children. You can choose a private school, college or a good university nearby. Is it easy for a foreigner to enter a Turkish university? It is quite feasible, because applicants in Turkey are evaluated according to very specific standards. For foreigners, this is an exam in geometry, algebra and logic. These exams are called IOS. Other options are admission through the system of grants, the results of the United States exam, ZNO or RT, or according to the average grade of the school certificate. To get medical help in Belek, you will need insurance as everywhere in Turkey. Prices for doctor services, examinations, tests and diagnostics are quite moderate. The largest private clinics in Belek are Anadolu Hastanesi Belek and Anatolia Hospital Aspendos. Branches of the Anadolu Hospital chain can also be found in Antalya, Alanya and Kemer. Both private and state clinics in the country are well equipped, complex operations here are not uncommon, and the profession of a doctor is considered incredibly prestigious and respected. Belek is a city where mainly wealthy Europeans go. They also buy residential real estate here. But there is also a Russian-speaking community, so this city can be considered for permanent residence, especially if you have remote work or a decent passive income and you are looking for a place for a calm and quiet, comfortable life by the sea. If you want to move to Turkey for permanent residence or buy property in Turkey and enjoy life by the sea, write to us on WhatsApp or through our website. Do subscribe to our channel and ask questions in the comments. And don't forget to ring the bell to find out about new videos in time and get information from real professionals of the leading agency with 20 years of experience in the Turkish real estate market, Tolerance Company. After all, we know and talk about what others don't know and don't talk about.